like some kind of objective taker, not just for buildings but for Roche as well. Like their Roche line looks okay, but it's kind of reliant on this Spectre having farm and having Manta to take it down quickly and stuff. So yeah,
into the draft for game 2 we go, and there's the Doom Bat Rider getting banned out by 5 man. What's the deal here? Because it seems, at least from what I saw in the Americas, Doom wasn't even an issue. Like it feels like it's never getting banned. Is this like a team specific thing going on right now with the Doom getting banned up against FlyToMoon, or is this like just a more popular pick in the EU CIS region?
I think the CIS teams especially are really good with that hero. The EU teams still pick it, and they obviously really like it, but the CIS teams especially are very, very strong. I know like Empires and FlyToMoons and stuff and all these like CIS guys, but FlyToMoon especially are very good with it because they have the flexibility between moving it between roles as well. So you definitely don't want to play up against that. I think Tiny still being in the pool is a big deal here. Phoenix was the other one, but it gets instantly picked up by 5 men. So yeah, the only change is the Phoenix being let through, but the Bat Rider being banned out instead.
And now there's a Venge. Maybe an early Venge pick just because FlyToMoon maybe see something in that. The Phoenix can combo with the Void. I know that Venge has been a big contested hero when it comes to picking up that Void, Faceless Void. So we'll see if that's the case. Phoenix also has a couple other combinations that are really good. Mars Phoenix is always nice. Treant Phoenix is always nice. And an early Arc Warden ace staple hero here. Wow.
So do they look
a very early Arc Warden?
Do they just try and pick Spectre here straight away as their way of dealing with the Arc Warden? What's their answer for this hero? Because there's not many great core heroes that have the amount of gap close that something like Spectre does that they need to get on top of the Arc Warden. Like historically things like these Terrorblades and stuff are just not great against that hero. So I'm really interested to see what they go for here.
And they go right back to the Morphling. Okay. I mean, we've seen, obviously, good Morphling games. Last one was a great Morphling game. You had that Earthshaker combo. Do you see this game, like, are they going to go back to the Earthshaker? Are they going to go back, or are they going to look for the Windrunner? I don't even think Earthshaker makes it through this phase. Honestly, if I'm 5 men, I'm banning the Earthshaker right now. Yeah,
I'd be surprised if it got let through. I think the other thing is they can play Venge 3 and 5 as well on FlyToMoon, I'd imagine. They could probably play 4 as well. I don't feels like it's probably not an Iceberg hero, so I can't imagine them playing it as a 2. But yeah, I think Shaker gets banned out, and I want to see them pick. I mean, Phoenix is a vessel builder, right? So that's fine in itself. They banned Nyx again. Wow. So they must just really respect the Roger Nyx then, I guess. Yeah, AA gets instantly taken out.
There's the AA ban.
I'm trying to think of other heroes that are really good against Morphling.
Beastmaster. That last one's got to be the Earthshaker, right? I think giving up the Earthshaker Morphling would be...
It doesn't have to, though, because Venge, Morphling, Shakers are still a really greedy combination of heroes to open your draft with.
Yeah.
I like the Tiny ban, though. I think that hero makes Morphling's game a little bit too hard sometimes. Because you have that so much like burst potential, you can't ever really be farming on low agi. I'm sorry, on high agi, like low HP. And it's just so flexible with your open lane still as well. We have to remember it could be Phoenix 4 or 5 as well. Something like Mag is still in the pool that they could pair up to protect the egg with. They obviously have Magnetic Field as well, which is really good to pair up with the egg.
Couldn't it even be Phoenix 3 if they felt that necessary?
They could, yeah. I don't think it will be. I think Phoenix 3 is really good when you play against these heroes like Terrorblade and stuff that don't deal well with the high magic damage. But I think it's something like Morphling. You probably just want to put the Phoenix as a support, get a relatively good vessel timing, and just try and make plays. So I like this Venge Morphling opener, though, as well. I think both openers are fine. So what do they want to pair up with? I also want to know what they want to pair up with the Venge still, like in terms of like their mid-game and things. They've done Sanking as well, which is interesting. Okay.
I like that Sand King too. It feels like one of those picks that, gives you team fight, gives you lockdown, gives you long range lockdown too.
I find it really
gap
interesting.
close with that.
Yeah. I find it really interesting as well that when something like Spectre Void is still in the pool, they still decided to go for Morph over those heroes. Because Spectre and Void are, historically very good against Arc in a core-to-core matchup. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. Maybe they value the Morphling Burst more, potentially. I mean,
Yeah.
Shaker is still in the pool if they really want it.
Or Windrunner. I mean, if you don't want to go that Earthshaker route.
You could do, yeah.
I do like that combo a little bit more than probably others. I'm just excited to see what they go for now. Like, what's going to be General's hero?
Yeah, because Bat and Clock are both banned. So
yeah.
I mean, they...
And there's the Windrunner, but thinking back at General, would it be... And there's the Mars combo. So,
yeah.
Sorry. Would it be worth going, like, Brewmaster for General?
It's okay. I don't think it's great, though. I don't rate Brewmaster massively as a hero at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's okay, but it's not... I rarely see an occasion where I think Brewmaster's better than a different pick.
Even you said last game, Underlord was getting very popular.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like this. This Void Spirit Wind Ranger pick are nice, but their whole lineup is pretty squishy. They need to make sure they pick up some kind of relatively good catch now on 5 men, I think. Yes, they have the Mars Phoenix, but they need something that's a little bit more low committal against like these really mobile heroes. They're playing against Morph, Wind Ranger, and Void Spirit. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they could go back for something like the Puck again if they really wanted to, because it's really good against all their heroes right now. Obviously, that Koyo is going to do wonders. And Chessie and Jibei both play it, so it could still be the mid puck for Chessie. Maybe something like a Shadow Demon might be cool as well. It's not really like catch as such, but the Purge is really good. Yeah, they do go for the puck. It's such a good puck game, so I'm not surprised to see them just go for it again. You know, Chessie's probably saying to them, guys, like, my hero counters 3 of their heroes. So, let's just go for it. I don't know whether Misery plays this puck as a 4. Because I've seen some support pucks around a little bit recently, but not a huge amount.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more likely to be Chessie's hero.
Yeah. But then, is it good against the Void Spirit?
Yeah. In the laning stage is fine for the Void Spirit, but in the mid game, the Koyo was so good because it stops him from using his spells to get out of the fight. Like, you can't dissimulate, you can't astral step. You have to just either break the coil or stand in it. And it's the same for the Morphling. They obviously have Avenge swap, which is nice, but you can't swap both of the cores.
So, Kunkka ban. Kunkka ban, okay. I mean, are they thinking that General is going to be on that Void Spirit?
Yeah, General and Iceberg both play it. So they have the flexibility to play it on either of them. I will say the Void Spirit's really good at giving them the gap close they need to get on top of the Arc Warden as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
I like the ET ban. That's a really good one. Something 5 men have played before. And obviously very good against the Morphling for the Natural Order as well. Piercing through all that high armor. Natural base armor. I'm trying to look at like cheap catch heroes for 5 men.
But cheap in the 4, right?
Maybe something like Shadow Shaman might be interesting, but I can't see them picking it.
Just have not seen much Shadow Shaman, but
like
Rubik already
DK?
Banned. I was thinking that too. I was thinking DK, but I just wasn't sure if that fit this lineup enough.
Yeah, I think they need a support is the problem. Maybe like Disruptor or something could be interesting. But it's not great against Void Spirit because he just dodges the glimpse with Dissimilar.
Would Shadow Demon even work?
Yeah, Shadow Demon's okay. It's not great though. Willow potentially could be interesting as well, I think.
Yeah, I could be, especially within that arena where you get like Terrorize.
But I think they're more likely to pick a Pile I Die hero and then put the Phoenix as the 4, probably. So like Lion or something could be interesting as well, I think.
Gives you stun, gives you burst. You know, allows you to have that Hex as well.
Yeah. The mobility of the FlyToMoon side is what they need to be most worried about. And like, so they need the catch. Something like Silencer could even be interesting as well, actually, with the global. Oh, okay. Let's just go for more solid lanes. Fair enough. I mean, I don't mind this too much. I think the Enchantress in the lane should do well against like Wind Ranger Void Spirit if they decide to put the Wind Ranger as the 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think it also has potential to be a Wind Ranger 2 this game. Or like a... Doesn't have to be Wind Ranger 4. I wonder what they go for here. They don't really have any egg hitters at the moment either, is my other thing. Which could be potentially worrying.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I like that, actually.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
That's okay, yeah. They're going to put the Nature's Prophet mid. It's an iceberg. Nature's Prophet. He's really good at this hero. It allows him to play tempo now as well, which is nice.
Mm.
It's like fight into them early. If he goes for like an early Orchid, I mean, Chessie's going to have to go yours first, I'd imagine.
I like that early Orchid.
Yeah, I think with the Venge as well, obviously they get the aura of the attack range, which is nice with the Morphling and the Nature's Prophet as well. It's a hero that allows them to get onto the backline wherever Ace is in the fight, because they have the teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have mobility in their lineup to be able to get on top of the arc. And I think a lot of this comes down to how well this General Roger lane does against the Pilot Ace. I think if General and Roger have a rough time in their laning stage, they might struggle to play the tempo they want on FlyToMoon.
Mm.
And I worry for 5 men again a bit in the sense that when BKBs come out on FlyToMoon,
they're in trouble.
They might struggle a bit, yeah.
Yeah. And how quickly can you get an Ags here on the puck? Mm-hmm. Like, is that even the proper, like, it's an answer for sure, but is it enough of an answer? I'm also worried that this Arc Warden might just get overwhelmed. Like, this seems like an even faster lineup from FlyToMoon.
It is, but you have to remember they have much better team fight on 5 men this game. They've got the Phoenix Mars. And they have the Puck Coil as well. So whenever these 5-on-5s do break out, they didn't have a huge amount of team fight and damage last game, whereas this game they have a lot more. So I prefer their draft to their last game's draft. I think just in their draft themselves.
Prepare for battle.
And this one's a lot more even, I think. It's a small Seb. Always want to fly.
Compared, especially to the other Seb.
What I love about that is if you use yours after somebody else, it cancels their one out straight away and just uses yours instead. Like if you have a really small one, but somebody uses you know what? I'm not even going to carry on with that sentence. It's not worth it. I know what Twitch chat are like. I see you guys. I see you.
Jeez.
30 seconds to battle.
Be selfish.
So Misery going for this crown build on the Phoenix, which you see a lot of position 4 Phoenixes do. I think GH was one that started doing it a lot as well. You just don't start for any region, you buy Tango straight away when you get the bounties. But you hit so hard in these early stages of the game with the crown, build towards the hammer.
The battle
begins. First blood potential like last game doesn't look like it.
Just going to trade 2 for 2 on the runes this time as well. So no first blood, no rune advantage this time for 5 men.
No immediate 1k lead for him. As that was the case in the last game, but they definitely dealt with it properly.
Yeah. How much can Chessie Misery get done to pressure the Morphling in this bot lane as well? It's interesting for me. Because last game, they pressured Vichun okay, but they didn't really stop him from farming. Okay? He kind of just did his thing eventually and just got to that point they really needed to. But especially at level 1, they need to make sure they pressure this Morph hard again.
And they put Jibe over mid against Iceberg. How do you feel about that? Ooh, hold on, top. Taking a look. Pile Die in some trouble. They landed that Shaco for a second. Pile Die was getting a little bit low and actually goes first level into the Nature's Attendance. When was the last time you saw an Enchantress take that?
That's interesting, isn't it? I sometimes see this when they know they can't get the value from the creep camp. I've seen people take it at like level 3 before the enchant. So, going back to your point though about Jibe on the Mars, I think this is okay. I still feel like Iceberg should do fine in this lane, but It's a much better matchup for the Mars than it is for the Puck. So.
Yeah, that was my follow-up to that one. Is that okay for the Puck?
Yeah, I mean, the Puck will be fine with how their lanes have ended up. I like to see this kind of flexibility from teams as well. I think it's important.
Yeah, you see, you know, with just some of these other laners being able to go mid and be successful with it. We used to see that from a couple of Chinese teams as well. I'm trying to think of like most notable teams that would have that like swap of like the safe in the mid. Roger top, getting low. Almost ends up dead again. He's salving up. I believe, did General pass him a salve?
I didn't see it. I think he's just bought one from the shop. But... Maybe he did. I don't know.
I could have heard somebody else's salve as you see Enchantress pretty high.
Yeah, down in the spot lane as well. Cheshy's taking a lot of damage. This laning stage, I don't think is going great for 5 men at the moment. Like Ace has 5 CS
Magic
right
Missile, Adaptive Strike on a Misery. Not enough to get the kill there. And then back over towards mid. We see Iceberg 11 and 4 to Jibe's 14 and 3. But, you know, obviously a couple of those CS
That's pulled down
being
bot
those
lane.
treants.
Nope.
Steal 2 of the creeps away. Jackal, top lane.
They're still trying to go on a pilot die.
Oh, he has no power shot. Right, okay. Fair enough. Gonna go around and try and get the big creep from the Ench on the other camp. I mean, the problem with this is if you don't get a creep from this big camp next to the lane, because it only lasts for 30 seconds at level 1, you don't really get to use the creep in the lane itself if you have to go further away.
And they'd love to get an ensnare out, but does this even get them a kill? Like, what does this get them?
It doesn't do a huge amount, to be honest. But it's nice just to try and zone them off of their lane a little bit, right? Like, it's about to die, so...
Just sacrifice it under the tower, doesn't even die. To the Windrunner, you just get an easy, you know, bit of damage out there. And Pilot Eye's gone to the enchant level 2, so now next level, what, should be Impetus, right? Where you're starting to do a little bit more harassment.
He could do. I mean, it depends, because we saw from Pilot Eye last game, he went for the, like, 2-2-0 by level 4. But he might feel like he needs some more points in the heal this game just to help his arc in the laning stage. You're playing against the Wind Run from Roger, right? So you can't ever really land Impetus hits on him anyway.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well played by Iceberg mid to glyph that wave there. So when the God's Rebuke comes through, he doesn't get the last hits.
With Phoenix dropping low, ends up getting first blood on a V-Tune. Chessie getting the kill there. Always want to fly swaps. Getting first blood for 5 men as they get this kill in a V-Tune. And this is already better against this Morphling bottom than it was in the last game.
He must have caught him out with a... Oh, Jibe mid. Oh.
Getting low. Oh, pops the salve and gets Invis.
Jesus, that was close though. I mean, he gets the inventory, so his bottle gets refilled, but... Oh. They're going to try and make a play mid here, potentially. The Voice Spirit has caught the Ench, though, as well, at the same time.
Yeah, so they get this kill on a Pilot die, which is nice for them, but again, over mid, they're looking for Iceberg. They've got Misery and Jibe diving the tier 1 tower. Have they gone too far at this point? They'll look over at Misery. They have the Shackle and the Magic Missile to get this kill. They'll leave it for the Nature's Prophet.
Radiant's middle
Jibe ends up getting a bounty rune, however, is he safely out?
Yeah, he stole the bounty rune. That's really nice for him. But yeah, good rotations by the Radiant supports. That felt so forced, that dive from Misery. Like, they wanted to make the play before, you could see. But then as soon as this wave comes under the tower, like, it's a difficult kill to find.
Wrath of Nature comes out early. They do a lot of damage on Ace. They don't get him within the Sprout, but they do block him for a second. They're trying to get these treants in front. Roger has Shackle in 4. But let's see. I think Roger's setting up to throw a shackle and have it latch that tree. The question is, do they have the follow-up? They missed the Aether Remnant. Now they've got another Sprout to work with. Resonant Pulse and the right-click damage from Iceberg. It's a long chase for this kill onto the Arc Warden, but one well worth it to get that kill.
Oh, he can't jaunt away to the orb now on Chessie as well because the stun from Always on a Fly, so he's just going to start clicking him down. And the thing is, with this Phoenix rotating around to try and make things happen on other parts of the map, there's just freed up Morphling to farm down here, and nobody can touch him. Like I say, he's getting solo XP down here now as well because Always on a Fly isn't really doing.
But immediately into the Simulate.
I don't know, I just feel like Misery's last few minutes haven't really achieved anything. Like, he's trying really hard, and now Iceberg's coming in.
Yeah, he comes over. Does he have? No, he's down for 26 seconds. This means Aether Remnant. Let's see who gets the right click, and it ends up being General. All of a sudden, you could just feel what we were talking about in the draft about the mobility. Coming over and getting these kills, you know, making it 5-1. That being said, like, can Ace continue to, you know, farm up and keep himself competitive, as well as this Mars? Like, Mars is 41-4. If you take a look at the net worth, though, they're towards the middle of the pack. Like, it's not as good as it looks on the CS chart.
No, it's going really well for FlyToMoon at the moment. All of their cores are farming well, and they're not really dealing with this morph again. It feels like last game, in that sense at least.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Jibbe now losing his courier. And
I mean, there's no more spirits. Yeah.
I wonder what this first item is for Iceberg. We were talking about how we were hoping it would be the Orchid, so
he might just
still kind of on that.
Yeah, he might just decide he wants to go like more right-click damage though as well. But Orchid, because it gives you so much int as well. Like Prophet gets so much damage off of that item. There's a rotation from Jibbe coming through though.
Yeah, they've got the arena once again. The Sprout is used. They've got themselves the spears, so they get this kill on an Iceberg. Well done by 5 men to come over. They do have the Aether Remnant, and he's got an Astral Step to swipe this regen rune. He bottles it up, too, and has another Astral Step to leave if he needs to.
Also really well played by General, actually. If he gets the regen rune there on Jibbe, like, his game's so much easier. Because he's now out of bottle charges, right, so he can't really make another play or anything. They're trying desperately to check this mid-tier 1 again here on 5 men.
Ooh, but Pilot die, he might be in trouble. They do have an Aether Remnant in 3 seconds.
Did you see that? He popped a branch down in the middle of the Sprout to pop himself out. That was sick.
Okay.
Okay, Pilot die. I like how they all tipped him as well, because they're all like, "Oh wow, that was actually really cool."
That was awesome. I kind of gave it the okay, but I was like, oh, okay.
Dude, they were way more impressed than you. I like how you were like, yeah, I can do that all the time.
No. It was more my brain, you know, having to figure out.
Oh, okay. Right, okay.
I was a little slow on the draw on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like,
B-Cop was like, oh, it's just a glitch. He just ended up on the other side of the trees.
Radiant's middle
I
tower
blinked,
is
missed
under
it.
attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I like how they're giving Roger some solo XP up here as well at the moment. General's just moving around trying to make things happen on the map. With his level 6, he wants to defend this tower as much as he can. It is going to fall eventually, but they've kept this tower up, you know, a lot longer than they 5 men would have hoped for.
They end up getting that mid-tier 1. Meanwhile, Pala die, continue to just place wards, make some space. Invis over bottom, which will be picked up by Misery. Misery's only level 4. The experience difference right now is 1,500 in the favor of FlyToMoon.
Yeah, I assume he's getting the tome though, so he should be able to get his level 6 relatively soon. But even though like he gets his level 6, I think you really need more points in Sunray this game. Up against the Morphling, especially when he's strength morphing, the Sunray does so much damage because it's percentage based. He is going Orchid on the Prophet, by the way. He has his first Oblivion stuff. Bring out on the career.
How's Ace doing? Yeah, I think he just bought this Midas. And there it is.
I mean, his farm speed's going to be much higher now, right? So he's actually.
And he's not too far behind.
He's pretty happy with how this game's going. But in like in his sense, right? It's an Iron Talon as well, so he gets double Iron Talon now. One for each him and his double.
Shackle lands. They're right on to this Mars. Jibe still ends up dead. Astral Step right up on him.
Beechun trying his hardest there to just spear the Mars away, but they do salvage the kill in the end. Mid lane as well.
And they come over. They're going to look for always on a fly. This should be an easy kill. They've got 3 heroes plus a Hellbear. Guys?
I mean, that's not the kill they wanted, though. They wanted the Iceberg Nature's Prophet there.
Yeah, I know, but all of a sudden they just all left him, and it was just like, is anybody going to go for the last hit? Roger comes over, looks over at Pilot Die. Shackle doesn't land on anything. Power Shot misses as well. General moves forward, and Iceberg, he is not too far off of this Orchid, just a couple hundred gold.
I love to see this max Vengeance Aura on the Venge as well. I think when you have these range heroes in your team that make use of the attack range, maxing out that skill is really strong. Like, because they all get 13 bonus attributes as well, right? So Morph gets an extra 13 agi. That's 13 damage for everybody, which in these early engagements can really help.
4-man shield for Ace.
Radiant's
Minus off cooldown in just a couple seconds.
So also worth mentioning as well, the puck isn't go for yours first, so he's going to be really susceptible to dying to this Orchid on the Nature's Prophet. So he's going to have to be careful. He wants his blink first, which I get, but it's very squishy.
I guess the question becomes, you know, does he commit to it? Maybe he gets jumped that first time by the Orchid and he swaps over based on timings. Because now you see that Orchid, maybe he makes the switch afterwards. He's still going to die here, so Chessie ends up falling. Icarus dive away from Misery. That's not going to keep him up if they land this. And nice Aether Remnant from General. Pilot Eye comes over, dissimulate, back. So won't make the jump. So does Chessie move to the Yules after that? Not yet. At least not right now. Now, you were talking about Iceberg maybe potentially wanting to go into the right click more. Do you think he goes with this Blightstone into Adesso?
I think he has to go BKB next on the Nature's Prophet. I don't think there's much choice there, honestly. It's like we said, if you look at Dice Heroes, they don't have a huge amount of physical damage. So.
Over bottom, they've got the Aether Remnant. It looked like Paladai and Chessie were potentially going for something. General kind of up on these trees. And Paladai passes right by him and realizes he's dead already.
Nice. Yeah, they need the puck blink to make plays, though, right, on 5 men. That's what they're lacking at the moment. They lack the raw initiation, and you see the Mars and the puck are both going for their blinks. Until they come out, it's going to be really difficult to try and find things on the map. Because they don't have the instant initiation unless they can get into position on their heroes. And like, maybe you can catch them with a coil, but you have to just like walk in on the puck, which is not really going to work.
So yeah, commits to that Blink Dagger. Well, hasn't committed just yet. He hasn't finished it. But he's still putting it, at least on the puck, in his buy queue.
Yeah, I think that's fine, though. Like, obviously, you have to worry about the Orchid, but at the same time, you know, the puck allows you to make the aggressive plays on the map.
Look at this. Orchid comes in. He's there with General. They get the kill on a Misery. You have the Orchid, you can't Icarus dive away. Aether Remnant comes through to have that extra control, and all of a sudden, it's just such a difficult, you know, game for a couple of these heroes on 5 men, especially with the way that they've just been coming together, General and Iceberg. And there's that.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't look to try and smoke up here with the puck +1. I think it has to be the Phoenix, probably with the Mars as well. And they do have one on Pilot Die, but like, this blink has to be a big kill. If you kill like the Venge with the first blink usage, it's going to be so underwhelming.
So it has to be something big, and the question becomes, you know, who are you setting up with? How are you setting up with it? I mean, there's the Venge already. He's got the Blink Dagger. Iceberg TP's in. So it's an escape in a way for Chessie, and he's going to the Yules next. So, like, maybe what? He looks to slow down the game instead and just go for the Yules and hope he doesn't... You know, does he have that ability to just slow down the game? Like, can you just do that with the blink dagger, or do you have to play hyper aggressive now?
I think you can split push if you want, but yeah, I think you have to play aggressive and make moves on the map, which they are here.
Dream Coil, silence, and the kill out on a general. Wrath of Nature comes in. Good kill there, so that's exactly what they wanted. Chessie gets credit for that kill too, so that'll push him closer to the Yules.
He's getting there.
Bottom, right click. Yep, there it is, right on to Pile Die. Always want to fly gets the kill there. They get the Enchantress. Enchantress has died, 3 times, but just the Ench, I guess.
It's Pile Die.
Meteor Hammer for Misery. He's going to be farming up a little bit quicker. He's going to be more helpful with this push.
I think they feel confident in just keeping the game going and like just extending the game, right? They don't feel like they have to make things happen right now. This Ark's just farming the jungle, which I kind of agree with, but at the same time... Yeah.
Misery dead. Iceberg gets the kill there. They'll trade Roger, though.
I think you're probably happier if you're Iceberg there. I think that the win range is so far away from having anything, but this Phoenix is like, I think it's really important for 5-bench draft, just in general.
Come on, sprites.
Iceberg. I didn't find anything.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
General's not very farmed this game, is he? He's
no, he's definitely not as farmed as we saw him before.
Kind of just on wave clear duty, it feels like. I just see this this Radiant draft when they hit their big items, like the Morphling has Manta now. When he gets E-Blade, they're just going to go, I think. Like, Iceberg's going to carry on making plays throughout the game anyway. Like, he has his BKB soon, so he's really strong. But maybe they feel like they can make things happen with just the Manta on the Morphling, and when the Nature's Prophet gets BKB. I'm interested to see when they feel like they really want to start hunting down this Ark. Do they feel like they can take Roche potentially as well?
Winning Rift
is really nice.
Yeah, for the Arc Warden. Again, he's keeping up with the Morphling as well as the Nature's Prophet, but once again, are we seeing that too much is needed for Ace to succeed here?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Blink Arena. Ooh, misses the spear.
Oh.
We'll see if that matters. Iceberg TPing out just barely. Now they look for Roger. They have that kill at least. Wrath of Nature gets thrown out.
Can I find Shibe? No, can't get the swap. Level 1 range on swap is awful, actually.
Yeah,
I always forget this.
So difficult.
Top lane, they get the coil. No BKB for 200 gold.
This is a problem. He looks like he might die, but they've got the silence. Iceberg in trouble. He'll end up falling. And Supernova to survive. Now they find themselves General. Spear connects just on the end. Lose your orb right on top, General. That Dissimulate goes into the trees. Pop that one to survive a little bit longer. And now he's got that Yules out on a Chessie.
Yes,
within the trees, Jibe has the spear and he just can't escape.
Really well played by 5 men. They're coming back into this game really well at the moment.
Yeah. Ooh, Jibe. Spear doesn't land. V2 coming in on this.
Oh, that's one thing we haven't talked about. The Manta illusions from the Morph can just get enchanted by the Ench. And he can just use them to split push lanes. I feel like Pile might be in a bit of trouble here, though. I mean, Jibe's heading top, but yeah, he has some arse
Spear, wait for him, an adaptive strike.
Again, it is just the Ench. Like, this Ark's still just free farming the jungle. Nobody's touching him. So,
Phoenix
feel pretty good.
Getting caught by Iceberg and always want to fly.
Did he?
Jibe? He's coming over and Chessie's here. They've got Dream Coil.
Yes,
but
doesn't have BKB still.
Oh man, he still doesn't have this BKB. But Aether Remnant locks up the puck. They have the control. Can they get the kill? They've got the Yules. Now will he go for Iceberg or will he just try to leave? Phase shift used and he just can't escape.
Yeah, didn't have the blink quite up yet, unfortunately. So he's gonna fall. Nice kills though by FlyToMoon. They're probably going to look at trying to walk into that Roche pit relatively soon. Take that Aegis for themselves.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Because now that they have the BKB on the Prophet, they are really strong. It took him a little while over the last few minutes, but he does finally get there.
Dire's bottom tower
Now,
has fallen.
you know, Morphe's getting really close to this E-Blade as well. He's only a couple of thousand... Well, he's only 1,500 gold away, actually, so... It worries me that we haven't really seen, like, a Mars Phoenix, like, Arena Egg combo together yet, right?
No, not at all. Not yet. Yules comes in. They've got the Silent Side of Pile. Die. They look over as the Tempest double comes in, but shackled up to the Enchantress. Well done there by Roger. Sunray right on top of General. He won't make it out. Now the Illusion are forward looking for V-Tune. Dream Coil on the Morph. Now they've got the Spear to follow it up. There's the Supernova. Jibai. He does have the Arena. Supernova pops, that locks up Always Wanna Fly. They still don't get this kill on a V-Tune. Always Wanna Fly will be the sacrificial lamb on this, or will he? He continues to swap and be a nuisance. They have the Waning Rift. Here comes Iceberg. Doesn't find himself this puck just yet, but they do have the silence. They do have the right-click damage from V-Tune. They get the kill on a Chessie and turn this around. The BKB's been popped by Iceberg. They got themselves the Arena. There's the Spear. That locks up Roger for a second, and they end up getting the kill. They do overwhelm FlyToMoon, and 5 men do a good job in this fight. They can't kill the Morphling, but they still take out 3.
Yeah, and that's the 10-second BKB on the Prophet that just achieves nothing. But yeah, like, they get the puck kill, but it's not what they wanted. And this Arc Warden still just free farming away. Absolutely fine. Has the bots on top of the Mjolnir now with the Midas, so it'd be interesting to see what he goes for next. Does he feel like he needs a BKB of his own? Or does he want to just go for, like, raw damage with an MKB or something?
Radiant are scanning.
So Ace, now top of the net worth. He had been fighting close to it, but now he's here.
Interesting that he's not using his Tempest double yet, though.
V-Tune looking for the E-Blade, of course. And he's close to it. It's E-Blade, Scotty, then do you think Ags comes in to use that Windrunner combo?
No, I don't think so. I think he needs to go for something that allows him to, like, be a little bit more tanky and just stay in the fight. Yeah, he has Scotty queued up, which I think is fine. He might potentially think about going BKB as well. But the puck's going to get Ags at some point, and then the BKB from the Morph is kind of a little bit underwhelming.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You need to tank up and accept that you're probably going to get coiled. Because they have no save like they did last game with the Oracle. So
yeah, that's true. Spear comes in and just destroying Iceberg.
Yeah, I feel like that's so sloppy from Iceberg though, because there's just an like mud golem just attacking him, and he's like just standing there hitting it. So they know where an Iceberg is, and they have him under a ward anyway.
Spell Imp for this puck. Meanwhile, take a look at General. He's really kind of not gaining that much farm. He's 2,000 gold behind this puck of Chessie, who kind of had a struggling early game. He's done well to bring it back. And now, I would say at this point, maybe earlier, it felt like the game was more so on Ace, but it definitely feels like the rest of the team is kind of holding still with him.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They have the
smoke.
Morph E-Blade, so
Pilot
they
Eye's
really
going to
want
break this smoke.
Come on, sprites.
So now immediately goes into the Nidra's attendants. Focus fire, breaking the smoke on everybody. So they'll have the control, they'll get this kill.
Yeah, great play by Pilot Eye. That's exactly the hero you want to be dying there to the smoke rotation. So they're going to be absolutely fine with that on 5 men.
Arena, FlyToMoon. Oh, Arena gets used by the Mars. They've got the Sunray out on a General.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
With the spear landing, it's an easy kill once again.
He has so much raw damage output on the Mars with the Deso. They tried to get the Phoenix there with the swap.
Radiant's top tower
he's still
is
going to
under
get him?
attack. Radiant's
They have the E-Blade
structures
combo
are
here.
fortified.
Oh,
okay.
Supernova, yeah.
Well,
Make a fine.
I feel like
Do they still want to go?
I feel like you just accept your death there. Yeah, no, they're
still have
trying to
another
go
swap.
for more. Should be able to just walk away. He almost has MKB on the Wind Ranger, by the way. He's about 50 gold away. So
Wow.
this MKB going to do a huge amount of damage. The magnetic field not going to save you against IM.
Both 4s are pretty farmed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Misery's gone for the Yule's hammer. Right, okay. The dive combo. Fair enough.
MKB finished off for the Windrunner. Double damage. No, haste, sorry.
Radiant structures are
general.
fortified.
Get my colors mixed up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Going to Axe for the Void Spirit. I like that. You know, obviously it's a pretty staple item for the Void Spirit, but in this game it feels pretty nice.
Are scanning.
It's a really good Axe game, but when is it a bad Axe game, right? I was having this conversation with my friend the other day. He was like, should I build Axe on Void Spirit this game? I was like, probably, because you know it's always going to be good, right? So, yeah, when he gets that online, again, heroes like the Arc One and stuff, if they don't have BKB, you have to be a little bit wary, especially because of this MKB on the Wind Ranger. I think Roger is going to be on Arc Warden duty this game, like with this MKB that he now has. And the Arc Warden did actually go for an MKB of his own as well. So he has such a high amount of damage output now. If he swaps his
Ace, this
MKB
would be
in,
massive though.
Scanning.
if he swaps his MKB in, Ace.
Just swap the MKB in. There it is.
There you go, he's done it.
Uh-oh.
He almost ran into him there. That
Yay.
would have been a massive disaster for Ace. But...
We're going to rush.
Oh.
This is really good for 5 men.
Yeah, I mean, with the field, they're going to take this so quickly.
So fast. No chance that they stop this.
Yeah. And this is why you go for the MKB as well. Because you see how quickly that Roche dies. It's just insane. I'd like to see him go back for the BKB now, though, as well.
Paladin sword. Okay, V-Tune just farming up 300 gold casually.
Is under attack.
Does he keep the Paladin sword or does he keep growth bow? I don't actually know. I'm horrendous at this hero.
Which arc?
Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing. Telescope's really
I
nice.
played that hero before. Just gave up on it when it was announced.
Oh, he got the quickening charm, though, which is really nice.
Shackle lands. Roger, though, in an interesting spot, avoids the spear. We've got the arena down. Roger taking a lot of damage, and he is massively killed.
Yeah. There is an MKB on the
MKB.
nation now, though, as well.
Wow.
Okay. He needs it to help with the magnetic field, though. But, I mean, the
he's
problem
on
is that... Oh?
Dire's bottom tower.
For a second, he was in trouble. They're going to go for the tier 3 tower. Like, somebody wants to get here to try and defend this. Jibby just blinks in, gets the spear onto the tier 3 tower, and they get the kill, but they end up losing power. Die to V-Tune. V-Tune turns into the Arc Warden. So he'll start placing down some Spark Wraiths.
He did get the tier 2 bot as well on the Morphling, so at least they're getting something out of this. It just feels like they're really lacking like damage at the moment on the Radiant side. They were going to be really strong with this Nature's Prophet BKB, and then he died like twice in a row before he finished it. So their whole timing for the game got offset a little bit. And now this Arc Warden just got so much time to farm. And he's absolutely huge. He's actually going Lincolns instead of BKB, which I don't mind when you're playing up against this Wind Ranger. Yeah, you're playing up against Swap and things. There's Orchid as well on the Nature's Prophet. So there's like E-Blade on the Morph.
Oh, they found the real ace.
There's
He's in some
MKB.
trouble. Iceberg has the MKB, but he's having the damage output in the health.
my
They take
God.
out the Aegis. Iceberg on the run now. Wow. That's a quick way to take the Aegis.
Yeah, that's really well played though by FlyToMoon. Now they can't use the Aegis to take towers and things, right? And try and siege at all. It's back to what we were before. Arc Warden is still the strongest hero on the map. You know, we have to point that out here. Even without the Aegis. Like, his damage output's crazy. And they can't really deal with the split push at the moment on the Radiant side. They want to make things happen, but the Arc Warden Tempest Double is just constantly shoving in lanes. And yes, they have the Nature's Prophet and things and whatever, but...
Where's Ace in experience-wise? What's the split on the experience? Actually, way in favor of 5 men. Oh my god.
Yes.
About 8,000 experience ahead.
But it's all in the cores, the XP difference, like the mid lanes especially. And the 4s.
Ooh, bottom, Roger goes down, but they take out Ace. That's a big kill for Iceberg. and they're going to come over. Even if he trades his life, he feels okay with that.
Here comes the Morph.
Morphling comes in. They're just going to go for this egg. They've dropped down the Dream Coil. It's not going to matter with the BKB still going for this Nature's Prophet. Down goes Misery, and now they'll look for more. Spear hits onto the Morphling, who's morphed into the Mars. They get the Kona Iceberg. They look over for Jibe, who's back in a form, or back in a visibility, I should say.
I mean, that fight's a disaster for 5-man as soon as the arc does. That's the first time he's died in absolutely ages. They're going to catch the puck as well.
Chessie, they've got the spear, phase shift. Not looking likely, but blink away, illusory orb over. I say not looking likely. All of a sudden...
Got swap.
How far is the swap? He's just not far enough. This swap is just...
Bro wants it really badly, and Roger's coming over as well.
Going. Shackle, avoided, phase shift, focus fire, and still gets the kill there on a Chessie. He chases him down, and that's a very good fight for FlyToMoon.
And they take the gold lead for the first time in this game in what feels like forever. Like at least 15 minutes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
All about finding the Arc Warden in the background, and this is why this Nature's Prophet pick was so good.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter where he is on the map, always find him.
We're coming.
I will say as well that this this Nature's Prophet versus Arc Warden is very much like Battle of the Glass Cannons, right? They're going to do the same again. Top, look, Ace.
Oh no, Ace getting caught once again. They've got themselves the Aether Remnant as well as the silence from this Orchid. Sunray's not going to be enough. Roger tips him. Now they pop the BKB on Iceberg. You're going to continue to go for this. BKB's been popped by Jibe. Misery, though, still in trouble. Has Supernova in just a second. Won't use it, but there's the swap. Now he uses it. Waveform over. Arena's not going to help. And God's Rebuke, but it's not enough to save Misery. Now Jibe needs to run. All of a sudden, this is really going well for FlyToMoon. They're down to the towers going for it. They've got the Dream Coil that hits onto both General as well as V-Tune. V-Tune snaps it. Pilot Die goes down to Roger. He's just able to walk away, especially go down to the low ground with the spider legs.
And they're going to have to buy back on the Phoenix as well.
Dire's top tower has
they just turn up, but like, it feels like they've just flicked an on switch, right? On FlyToMoon. They've gone from being like really passive for so much this game that I don't think they just go for it. And there's an Axe coming out on the Void Spirit now as well, and they're just going to start hitting the tier 3s because they know that the Arc Warden's not in the game. So
Dire's structures are fortified.
they get the glyph.
Axe finished off for General. They'll go for the tier 3 tower. They're going to Astral step in and get the silence out onto Misery. They focus onto the melee racks. I think luckily for the side of 5-man, there's still a tier 2 over mid. But if they try to fight this, this could be very bad. General. Okay, Meteor Hammer. This should get the kill.
On the coil as well.
Coil. BKB's been popped by Iceberg.
It's an Axe.
They have that Axe though on the puck, so Iceberg, he could have just left, but chose to stay nearby and he ends up dead. I think earlier though, before that entire thing happened, he kind of stayed in stayed with General.
Yeah. He thought about potentially trying to save him, but yeah, like you said, couldn't really find the opening.
And then that ends up causing him to die.
I will say that them getting that melee racks there is so important. Like, whenever you're playing against Arc Warden and you have an opportunity to get racks like that, it's so good. Because it's so hard to push buildings against that hero. Always when a fly's going to die top. It's whatever, really. No, don't let the clone die. I didn't know you could do that.
Radiant's middle tower.
That's really interesting. I didn't know you could take over the Venge Death Illusion with Enchant. Ooh. Oh my god.
Now they'll try to get the tier 2 tower and turn this back the other way.
They are up in 20-25 seconds though, so only really going to be able to get the tier 2 here. I think the next Roche is going to be the next mid fight. Minimum respawn time up in 15 seconds. So be a little bit patient here for 5-man.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He's just farming bottom with this Tempest double. Take a look at where Iceberg's farming. He wants to go in
Just
on
win
his
rate.
AC. He's not terribly far away from it.
Yeah. He has Scardy on Morphling, so they really need this win range of BKB. It's like, yeah, it's coming out on the courier now. Okay. So he's a lot more difficult to kill now, because you can't just arena him or something and he's dead, right?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think the scan hit for a second, so Radiant should know that the Dire, or Firemen are kind of near the Roche pit area.
But you can see they want to make plays on the map, but now the Tempest Double's pushing it bottom as well. Like, you have to deal with your waves first.
Mm-hmm.
Pichu's going to go and try and kill the clone here. Still up for 10 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Power shot and 300 gold. Yep.
Thank you very much.
How many times has he gotten 300
Dire's
gold?
middle tower
Iceberg.
is under attack.
Dream Coil comes in. BKB's been popping. He's taking a lot of damage. The Guards Review comes through. He hasn't snapped the Dream Coil just yet. Gets the Orchid out onto Jibbe. Pops the BKB. Now throws a spear over to the Morphling. Always want to fly with the swap to get into the Jibbe. Now they've got the arena down. And Misery coming over in with the Sunray. But they have the damage to get the kill on Jibbe as well as Pilot Die. They end up losing. Always want to fly. Meteor Hammer with the Yules. Is it going to land? V-Tune used the waveform. Goes out onto Misery, who does not use that supernova. The damage, though, from the Tempest Double. Pops the Satanic. They've got the Orchid out onto the Tempest Double. 300 gold for General. Waveform trying to cut the distance down, but won't be able to find Ace or Chessie.
Roche is up
Now
in
maybe they go
25
into
seconds.
Roche if the timing's right. Double
Radiant's
Astral
top
Step,
tower
but
is under
doesn't
attack.
put that gap too much.
Yeah, they really want to wait for the Roche here. They're just going to keep the trees in the pit, and it's going to be up in 10 seconds. So they should be able to get this up here. I think if Misery had died there on the Phoenix, it would have been awful, because remember, he bought back in the last fight. So it's really important that he got out safe.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
How much does it feel like last game? They're doing a bit better on 5 men, or much better. But
Yeah.
the mid and the off lane are kind of falling off really hard this game, right? For 5 men, and it's kind of all in the Arc Warden basket at the moment. Whereas this Nature's Prophet is scaling really well right now. Like, he has the BKB, he has the MKB, he has the AC as well. So Iceberg really kind of turning into that semi-core
I just
here.
don't think they're over in time.
Roshan has fallen.
Cheese
nowhere
as
near.
well. Yeah. Oh, they actually give the Aegis to the Prophet. And the cheese to the Morph. Okay.
I think that's fine. You've got the Satanic now, as well as the cheese on the Morphling.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think it's okay. It's just, it surprised me. I thought they would do it the other way around.
Looks like we're ready to go.
Yeah, General's picking out the Phoenix as well, and I agree with him. I think if the Phoenix dies at the start of the fight, like, that's best case scenario for FlyToMoon. I think he's the one that they should be trying to jump every single time, if not the Arc Warden, right? Because the Sunray does so much damage, and the Egg is so much like utility and team fight. So
I don't think so.
5 men just talking at the moment.
Seeing how everybody's day is.
Okay,
Ready to
let's get
figure it out?
some Twitch chat interaction, B-Cop. Come on.
Ooh. Okay. Twitch chat. Looking at you. Talking to you. Press 1 if you think 5 men are going to win. Press 2 if you think FlyToMoon are going to win. Mo, any other options?
Press 3 if you're just full of positive energy and you just want a good game. That's,
Ooh, I like that. I'm going to press
yeah.
3 when the 5 minutes comes. Whether we're casting or not, I'll press 3. G, go, ready? I don't know. Yeah, FlyToMoon are definitely ready. That's for sure.
Like, hello, please. Here we go.
So like we were saying, Aegis now on Iceberg, Cheese on the Morphling, and they get themselves the Tempest Double. Who got credit for that one?
I think it was the Morph. Not sure, but yeah, I think he needs MKB on this Morph now. He's
Nice.
oh, Spell Prism.
That's good.
Like the
He's
best
gonna, yeah,
voice
he's
for
gonna
I
hold
am.
that on General.
Oh, Morph?
Morph just out forward and eats
the
the cheese.
cheese.
Survives for now. Pops the Manta, trying to survive. Waveform down to the low ground. They've got the Sunray as well as the Icarus Dive coming in from Misery. They look over at Always Wanna Fly. 8th Remnant try and save V-Tune. Now Roger uses those spider legs to get over the cliff and away. They've already used the Dream Coil. Jimmy comes in, but won't find a spear. They're forced to lose their Venge because, honestly, Vichun, I think, go a little bit too far forward. Meanwhile, Iceberg pushing the top lane out.
Yeah, that could have been an absolute disaster if Morph dies there. You're going to be able to force his buyback and whatnot, so... really well played by FlyToMoon, but unlucky for, FlyToMoon. They'll be cursing that they didn't quite kill him off there. Lifesteal talent now on the Arc Warden, though, going to help him massively. I like that he's going for this Hurricane Pike.
So
it's really important for Ace.
What's his lifesteal right now? Sorry.
Oh, they got the racks. Wait, what?
Oh, what?
Oh, top lane. They just got the range racks. Okay. Fair enough.
Dire's middle tower
I was gonna ask what the lifesteal was now that he's got Satanic and the lifesteal talent.
Oh god, don't ask me that. I think it stacks multiplicatively, right? So it's
37.5.
That's it. 25%. No, it's 25% of 75%. Oh god, there's a fight. Stop making me do maths.
Oh, there's the arena. They've got themselves the Dream Coil onto the back lines. Elko Red always want to fly as well as V-Tune. Now Yule's in the air. Is this Phoenix? Aether Remnant locks him up.
Trouble.
A couple they end up losing. Always want to fly. They've got the Arc Warden in a little bit of trouble as well. They get the Kona Ace. Now they've used themselves the Supernova. Ooh, V-Tune getting low. He's already used the Satanic. He'll use that waveform to try and get away. So Supernova goes off from Misery, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, 4-man silence coming in from General, and that's going to save V-Tune. It may not save his own life, but Iceberg comes in. He's got the Solar Crest on him from Pile Die. They'll get the Aegis out of his hands. General now duels up. Spear misses though. Oh, Jimmy misses the spear. They get the kill on Chessie. He'll morph into the Mars, use the spear to get the kill on Jimmy. Now they look over as both the Enchantress and the Phoenix get away, but you lose all 3 cores on the side of 5-man. A very good fight from FlyToMoon.
Yeah, they have. You see, if you look at the ward on the high ground where that fight was, they see everything on FlyToMoon. They know exactly where everyone is, so they instantly pick out the Arc at the start of the fight, and they're like, "Yes, we're going on him." And I love that both the carries, they basically just pop their Satanic at the same time, and they're like, "Let's see which one dies first." They just commit fully on each other. And yeah, Morph's gonna win that one, unfortunately, or unfortunately for 5-man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're gonna force the Arc buyback. Yeah,
Fills me with nothingness.
good for FlyToMoon.
Dream Coil out on Iceberg. He's bottom by himself for the moment, but here comes General with the Astral Step as well as the Resonant Pulse that silences up everybody around this fight. They get the Kona Pile. They look over Misery. Misery no longer has that Supernova. General in to pick up the gem. They've lost Iceberg. He's dead for 93 seconds.
It's a big timing that FlyToMoon are going to hit soon with this Void Spirit level 25. And all you people in chat that have played Void Spirit before will understand how insane this hero feels when you hit 25. The Dissimulate 2.5 second stun is absolutely crazy. And because he has a Spell Prison, his Dissimulate's on an 8.8 second cooldown. So you're about to see some really wacky things, I imagine, from General. And you see he's going Octarine as well, so the cooldown's going to be even lower soon. I honestly feel like you have to just wait for this guy's 25 now. So insane. There's an Abyssal on Morphling. Jesus. Okay. He didn't go MKB. He just really wants to just go in. Fully in on the Arc Warden then.
General. He's got that Octarine, right? Yeah. So what does this put? This is Dissimulate now on a 6.6 second cooldown.
Oh my god.
With a 2.5 second stun at level 25.
Oh, that's insane.
Astral Step. I don't know what the charge cooldown.
Oh, they get
Spell Prism now for 5-man.
Yeah, that's really good for like all the heroes. Actually, to be fair, are they giving it
Probably
to
Puck, right?
Puck or yeah? I mean, it's really good on Arc Warden as well, but he kind of wants the Paladin Sword because he has Satanic and things. So.
I mean, FlyToMoon would be happy for him to give out a Tempest double 300 gold every so often. I think
Very
he'd be
true.
very happy with that.
The General's so close to this 25. There's a Satanic now on the Nature's Prophet. I love that pickup. Not only is the healing really good in the fight, but the status resistance against the coil was really important as well. Oh, yeah, and they see the ward on the high ground here.
Scotty finished off for Ace. Tempest Double over bottom. Still with that Paladin Sword. So Paladin's... Oh, yeah. We forgot about that, too. Paladin Sword, Satanic, and the Lifesteal. 25%.
Yes. I'm not going to work out what it is. Don't ask me.
Ooh, oh, my. That is a lot. But it wasn't enough.
25 on general. Here we go. Get your RS frogs ready. I'm telling you, it's going to be insane.
Those frogs in the chat. Better be ready.
It's not quite as much as the Morph Shaker last game, but yeah.
Somebody said Lifesteal adds additively.
Quickly as I go.
A lot of time here from FlyToMoon, but you know they might even be slow playing this just to look for the next Aegis.
Yeah, they could do. I mean, there's no reason for them to force a high ground fight that they don't need to take. Like, they're kind of just stuck in their base, right? On 5 men, they can use the Tempest Double and whatever, and you see they're just shoving the lanes in constantly on FlyToMoon. They've got control of the whole map. They're happy with how things are going. They have 4 bounty runes.
How much time? 39 seconds. At least. 39 seconds.
Actually, the question is, when do 5 men want to leave their base and actually try and do something? Because I actually don't know when that will be.
Now.
Okay, fair enough.
Nostradamus Mo. But Ryder's right here.
Break smokes.
Yeah, the way he's positioned. They know it's close to Roche as well. Try to get something done.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You see, like,
actually station bottom.
the Capots are going to take the mid tier 3. Oh no!
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And when you let that push in, you just know they're smoked. Oh, look at Roger's positioning.
He's level
Just ready
25.
to find somebody.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so he's got that win run. Ags next for the morph, right?
Sure. I would think so.
I feel like it's decent now. Good timing. Bloodthorn finished off the Nature's Prophet. He's also got a Satanic, so. Really, Iceberg? That was where you TP to? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just 2 feet to his right.
They might as well. Walk-ins for suckers, dude.
I don't know about that. Gotta get those steps in. My phone's always like, get your 10,000 steps in. Go on.
Yeah, sure. But do people walk in America, by the way? Because I feel like from what I got told by people...
all right. Shackle comes in onto the Mars. They've got the very quick damage to get the kill on Jibe. They take him out for 99 seconds. He does have buyback. Sunray onto the high ground as well as the Astral Steps. They've got themselves the Yules out onto the puck as well as the 8th Remnant. So that locks him down, but the AM disc gets popped to be able to use that to illusory orb away.
Oh, Iceberg?
Oh, Iceberg's right on him. Dream Coil used. Gets the silence. There's the Sprout. Yules used again. V2 over. Waveform in with the Abyssal. Oh my.
No buyback.
That is a jump, man. Yeah, no
that was
buyback.
cute.
Did for 110 seconds.
That was so cute, actually. That little Abyssal. Because you can cast spells in the waveform, obviously, so... It's instant.
That was really nice.
You know, if you don't instantly get that blink out of phase shift, then you're gone. Ags on the Roche. Who do we give it to? Peacock go.
Morphling.
Do they give it to Morphling or do they give it to the Wind Ranger? Because she's going Ags next.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
Oh, here we go. Wind Ranger Morphling, guys. Zoom, zoom. Oh, you get the Arcana animation on the on the Morphling as well. Watch. Amazing. They're gonna want to try and go here before the puck is up. So.
Dire structures are fortified.
Go bottom. Try to take tier 3 there. Iceberg's over with General.
Can't defend both sets of racks at once.
6.6 cooldown. Now they look for the spear of the BKB. He's been popped by Iceberg, right clicking away, trying to survive. Now the swap out from Always On Fire. That means Always On Fire might be dead here. However, he gets the Ghost Scepter off. They're going to look in as V2 comes over. They've got themselves the Astral Step as well as the Resonant Pulse that silence up almost everybody. They've got the Shackles coming through from both the Morphling as well as the Windrunner. Now they get the kill on the GP. They will go for the rest of the Supernovas down, but it's not going to be enough. They'll be able to take out the egg very easily with the right clicks coming in for V2. They get the kill on the GB Ace as well as Misery. They'll call GG. They'll get the 2-0. FlyToMoon move on to the next round, and they are one BO3 away after that team wipe from getting themselves into the main event.
Yeah, really well played by FlyToMoon. They look like they're playing with so much more confidence than 5 men. Like they look like they play the map so much more confidently, right? Just in general. So, yeah, really well played. The game looked a little bit rough for them early on because this Arc Warden was just free farming the whole time. But V-Tune in these fights just instantly guns for the Arc every single time. And they did struggle with the split push for a little while, but I mean, in the end, it just doesn't really matter. You see how much net worth Roger has there at the end of the game just from having that Ags. Oh no, he didn't get the Ags. Sorry. Actually, what happened to Chessie and Jibei's net worth that game? They really fell off again.
Fell off. Pretty hard. But yeah, back to your point, you know, didn't get the Ags on Roger, but you picked up the Ags by V2 and he's got 43,000 net worth. Oh my god. That is a whole bunch. And what, 12-1-10 this game, and he was like 22-1-20 in the previous game. He died a total of like twice. Kind of disgusting.
Yeah, we talked about how FlyToMoon weren't really pressuring the Arc Warden as well either. He was kind of farming jungle the whole time.